Hey y'all, Alexander Paul here. Welcome back to Roos News, UMKC's one and only broadcast show. We're here to bring you the latest news from around campus in Kansas City every Tuesday. UMKC will have all online classes from the start of the semester until February 1st. After the first 2 weeks, classes that were scheduled to be in person will meet on campus. UMKC has reported 9 confirmed COVID-19 cases since January 18th. As the semester begins and more in-person classes are offered, we would like to remind everyone to wear their mask and maintain social distancing on and off campus. Rapid COVID-19 tests are now available to all UMKC students free of charge. The tests will be administered by the Student Health and Wellness Center, and the results are available after 15 minutes. Appointments can be made online or by calling the Health and Wellness Center beginning in February. At the end of the semester, SGA Vice President Mahreen Ansari assumed the role of president following Brandon Henderson's resignation. Ansari appointed Chief of Staff Daphne Posadas to fill her previous role as vice president. Posadas' confirmation faced an SGA Supreme Court challenge. However, it was upheld before the end of the semester. Joining us now to discuss the confirmation and SGA's plans for the new semester is SGA President Mahreen Ansari and Vice President Daphne Posadas. Thank you for joining us, President Mahreen Ansari and Vice President Daphne Posadas. Okay, so my first question is, were you at all hesitant about assuming the role of president and for you, vice president?
I think that initially when I talked to Brandon about it and he brought up his concerns with his own mental health and the position, how he didn't want to neglect himself nor the students. And he asked me if I felt comfortable and confident enough to take over his position. I felt very hesitant at that moment, but I look up to Brandon a lot, and I think that he coached me really well on his duties and how to perform them and how to be a proper advocate for the students and to listen to student voices. So initially I was, but I feel very confident about it, like when it came down to being sworn in.
Awesome. And what about you?
So when Brandon was telling me about everything that he was going through as well, I was really shocked that he thought about me to try to fill in Mahreen's position because she had been doing it so well already. But I think after him talking to me and also coaching me through it, he made me realize that I've worked really hard in the past 3 years for this position to have a position like this, and knowing that I had Mahreen by my side to help me out and coach me through it made me feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm. And with so experience is helping you get feel confident with being in this position, as along with the coaching that Brandon has helped both of you guys with. Awesome. Okay, so what are SGA's top priorities this semester?
SGA's top priorities for this semester are making sure that with COVID-19 still going on, that students feel seen and heard, whether that be by their own professors or just by being students on campus, because we recognize that a lot of students feel disconnected, especially freshmen who didn't get to get the classic freshman experience. And we're trying to make sure to do everything that we can to find ways to get freshmen more involved in SGA. We're looking at pathways of maybe creating some kind of freshman mentee program where they can get involved with their own college's senators and figure out what can they do on their part, and kind of figuring out a pathway to get freshmen more involved, since unfortunately the process for getting senators in SGA happens in the spring semester, and freshmen come in usually the following fall, and they want to get involved in the fall, which is unfortunate, but we're trying to figure out ways around that. We're also looking at ways of supporting existing programs on campus, like the food pantry. They recently, after having multiple students sit on their panel from our part, they recently extended the food pantry to have a section within the student union where they have a bookshelf that is full of non-perishable food items like ramen and soups and other things like that students can pick up, after we brought up the fact that the food pantry is kind of far for some students, or they don't feel like going that far out of their way, but having something, even though it's temporary, and they're thinking about expanding what they already have in the student union, but we're just working on student advocacy and trying to listen to students and their needs right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially with the unheard voices, because everything is online this year and people feel not represented well. What are some of the ways that students can get involved and like voice their opinions to SGA and the council and et cetera?
So one of the number one ways to get involved with SGA is speaking to your senators directly, telling them your opinions on different bills or bringing up issues to them. But if you want to get involved directly, you can always show up to any of our Senate meetings. At the end of Senate meetings, we have an open floor forum, which allows anyone, regardless if you're a senator or not, to speak on an issue that you see happening or an opinion that you have on something that was discussed in the meeting. To get information on how to join our Senate meetings, literally just go on Rear Groups. Make sure you're signed in, though, as a student on Rear Groups, and then go to the SGA page, and it's like our events, and you can just, it gives you the Zoom link that you can just join, and it tells you what day and time.
Awesome. Is there anything any of you guys would like to say to transfer students and new students this semester?
Yeah, for sure. So just to add on what Mahreen was just saying, our Senate meetings are on Mondays, 6 p.m. They usually last about an hour, hour and a half. As well as you can follow our social media, UMKC, SGA. We have always a lot of senator spotlights. We have a lot of things that are going on campus. Always tag different UMKC social media as well, just to make sure that we're one cohesive unit around the campus. As well as, like I said before, it's scary and it's okay to admit those feelings that are negative as long as you try to make a positive experience. And by doing that, you have to seek help. And it's okay to seek help, especially in these times where we all need help.
Anything?
I just want to say to all of our transfer students and our freshmen this semester that we're so excited to have you. We are so excited to bring more people into our Roof family. Like Daphne said, if you're having issues, always reach out to people. If you just want to make friends, me and Daphne love more friends. We need more friends. Please reach out to us. And just understand that campus is a welcoming place and that we're all here for you and we're all here for each other.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
The SGA Executive Board is also looking for a new Chief of Staff to replace Daphne Posadas. We now turn to Lawrence Brooks for sports.
Thanks, Alexander. The Chiefs overcame an early deficit and pulled away in their 38-24 victory over the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game. The Chiefs found themselves down 9-0 early in the first quarter, but used a 21-point second quarter to establish a double-digit lead. Patrick Mahomes was superb with 325 yards and 3 touchdown passes. Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce combined for 290 yards, and Kelce added 2 touchdowns as well. The Chiefs will travel to Tampa, Florida to take on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Super Bowl 55 on February 7th.
Thanks, Lawrence. That's all we have for you this week. Don't forget to subscribe to Roo TV, make sure to follow Roo News on Instagram, and check out unews.com for more news from around campus in Kansas City. I'm Alexander Paul. Stay safe, stay clean, and have a great semester. We'll see you next time.